brown Carhartt jacket?
I don't know.
Oh, I saw it in the back of the Suburban. Mac brought it in. Probably upstairs. Did you bring my muck lucks down? Yeah. Actually, my muck boots are down here. So when we milk the cows, we always start by brushing them. When you're machine milking, you kind of only need to brush their udder, but when you're hand milking and you have the open bucket, you need to brush a lot better. So you brush like their sides, you brush especially like under their belly because stuff can so easily come off underneath. And after we're done brushing, see she needs to be brushed still, then we'll wash. Then we have a bucket of warm soapy water and rags. Although that's a nice dishcloth that ended up in there. That's funny. Oh well, it'll wash up. And once you take a rag out of the bucket, it never goes back in so that the water stays clean. So the first rag is to get all visible dirt off of the cows, kind of the bottom half of their udder. Especially looking at the ends of the teats. If your rag gets too dirty, like you do some fold overs and such, then we'll just dump warm water on it to rinse and scrub it out. We bring 2 to 3 rags per cow. Then my next rag gets squeezed dry, and it's the one that then just does the final clean to make sure everything is all good. So Hamish is doing the same thing there over on Jessa. You dropped it, or you dropped the other one?
Okay, there's still another.
Oh, you dropped your rag. Good thing I brought an extra.
Yeah. Still got one. Yeah, she's got a big cut right here.
Yeah, so that one went away and we hadn't seen where they went, where they cut themselves. It's only Jessa, but Hamish thinks he's figured it out, so he's going to show me in a little bit after we're done milking. No, we got milk first. Okay. I'm washed and ready. So we use these 3.5 gallon buckets from Uline with a lid. This is called an easy peel lid because it comes off and on easily. I know a lot of people use stainless steel buckets, but those are not super available to us here in Canada. These are affordable and easier for us to get a hold of. So 3 squirts from each one onto the ground.
Oh, I thought we did 4.
No, Hamish does 4. Well, that's fine either way. This is the highest bacteria count milk, so just do it onto the ground. It's kind of one of those best practices thing. Welcome to my crazy counter. We have some cream cheese thawing, regular Alpine and 1 cumin Alpine. This is some more cream cheese culturing, my sourdough starter. I'm loving having it in this wide mouth half-gallon jar. I don't know, it's just really fun. Some sourdough cinnamon buns. Look at the color of that butter, friends. Beautiful. Those are going to bake in the morning. And I just made some pizza dough for tomorrow night's dinner, so it's just going to slowly ferment and do its thing. In our basement, basically all the walls are exposed studs. Here Marius put plywood so we could have hooks and a bench, which I love. But I wanted some extra drying space, but I didn't really want to buy anything. I wanted to make the best use of our space. Welcome to my redneck solution. Fencing staples, which I'm horrible at pounding in, and baler twine. All things we already had. Isn't that right, Amos? Oh, maybe you don't play with that. I couldn't find a hammer. This is what I use. Now I took our mitt and hat rack and I used fencing staples again and attached it here. I okayed all these clearances with Marius, by the way, before I started hanging stuff back here. I find with such projects, it's usually best to run it by Marius first, just to get another second brain on it. I was gonna say second set of eyeballs, but anyways, he was like, yeah, that's fine. The other thing I did, we had this big hook that we weren't using. So I moved it here so that our hoses can be hung up on here, even though this is kind of chaos and this needs to be dealt with. It's better than them on the floor, friends. Better than on the floor. The most important part of a project is putting back where it goes so that I'm not accused of losing the fencing staples. Because it's not like I haven't done that before or something. So we're trying another round of sinking heats. Last time it didn't work. I didn't catch it the right part of their cycle. And so I just gave Mabel the estromate shot again, and she's still laying there. She like looked at me like, what are you doing? She never even stopped chewing her cud. I cannot wait to milk you, Mabel. I think you're gonna be the most chill milking cow there is. So we're down to milking Clover once a day. So she's just getting milked in the evening. I had to swap the boys. I had Bible study last night, so the boys milked for me last night, and I'm milking for Mac this morning. And I think that was making a deal with the devil because it was only like -5 last night, which is like 20 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like -12, -13 this morning. It's a lot colder this morning. You got the better end of this stick. Anyhow, what I was saying there, we're milking Clover just once a day. Probably for another week, maybe less. And then we'll dry her up. She calves in February, so that means she'll get more than 2 months break. So yeah, just milking Jessa this morning. My bed's all stripped for sheet change day, but I wanted to show you 2 dresses that I sewed, friends. I'm really excited because I've never sewed a dress of my own. I sewed this one first. It's the Hinterland by Sew Liberated pattern. It's a great pattern. I love it. It's got ties at the back. It's got pockets. It hits me below the knee. And then like just below the elbow on the sleeves. This fabric is called Platitudes Combed Cotton from Joann's Fabric. And, oh, I still got some threads to cut there. It's nice because it's a woven, not just a printed flannel. It's really nice and thick. So cozy. So since I already had, the pattern out, I was on a roll. I decided to sew another one in the Joann's again, Platitudes. I did it a little bit longer in the sleeve, so it hits more like mid forearm instead of just below my elbow. And then I also made it longer so that it hits, it's Amos's sleep sack. I should put that with his crib. It hits me like it hits the top of my slippers, kind of like how this one does. Incredibly comfortable. It's like you're just wearing a cozy blanket. One of my friends said that her sister has a similar print and her brother gives her a hard time that she's wearing a tablecloth, and I was like, I'm owning it. I'm so comfortable. I don't care what you think. I told my mom it's my flannel moo-moo, and she's like, so you're just wearing it at home? Oh no, I can wear this out. I wore it to Bible study last night. It was delightful. Anyhow, the next thing I want to sew is dresses for the girls. I have a red and white and black Platitudes. I want to sew dresses for the girls. I was debating the geranium dress by something by Ray. It's a printable pattern. I think though, because I need to go to our local fabric store for a few things, I'm going to see what they have for patterns. I'm kind of tired of printing patterns. Like, yeah, it's great because it's instant gratification because you like own the pattern right away, but then you have to print it out and tape it together and cut it out, and yeah. I think I'm going to see what they have. I also want to get some, like a pajama pattern. I also need to get some wool felt and embroidery thread to fix some holes in wool pants. So there you go. Maybe I'll remember to show you. Our fabric store is pretty neat. I'll try to show you.